Hello, I'm back again with the newest PGR chapter. Just gonna turn up the game volume a bit. There we go. And yeah, sorry, I got Han Ying. So yes, PGR this week has released a new story, and me being me, I'm gonna read it again. Amazing. Anyway, hello and welcome to another stream. I'm the guy who makes weird stuff on YouTube. Back at it again. I hope you're all doing well. So, just like I mentioned in the little message, sit back, relax, and we're going to enjoy the newest story. I have been going through the Western Reason event. Now I got some more stuff coming along. What is System Shock showing? I already completed. Oh, that was a reward to collect. Oops, maybe I should have done that. Yeah, it was easy. Floating record. So yes, this is the newest story about Han Ying. Previously, she was a construct created by Villiver disguised as Shu to be House Hu Shao, which was a super AI. But it's not the actual Hu Shao, it was a shard of Hu Shao. Because Villa couldn't take the whole AI, only part of it. And she was created to be its host. But it turns out her body was not compatible for a super AI to inhabit. So she was discarded and she ended up looking after another character, Pu Lao. Anyway, she's essentially a reject mechanoid that raised a child. Last time it was hinted that she was taken by the Church of the Machina. And I guess this is about her journey? I don't know. We'll find out. She awaits on the other side, amidst the crowd. Even amidst the teeming crowd, the drumstick and jewel clappers in the storyteller's hands stand out with startling clarity. Do you like a cup of tea? Nestled against a grey tile wall, the stall beckons with its warmly lit lantern. The light of a blend of soft yellow and vibrant red illuminates a big word written on it. Tea. In the vibrant tapestry of the night, marked during the season, it was wise to savour the tea last. It serves as a refreshing final, a cleansing stuffed stomach, and ensuring that one does not carry the lingering aroma of market food upon returning home. Is that a bad thing? The stall waiter does not wallow in rejection. Instead, he swiftly redirects his energy, down toward another pedestrians meandering by. Grab some to eat, half-formed berries or snacks. I haven't made up my mind yet. She shakes her head. Take your time, the night is still young. You can think about it when taking a look around. We're only at the entrance of the market. There's much more waiting for you inside. You seem to know this place really well. Yeah, I know everything about this market, what each stall sells and where to find the tastiest food, even the names of the store owners. Let's go further inside. Night is still young. Fresh tanghulu here. Fresh flowers here. Is the street always as bustling after the shows every night? The dance troupe is located at the very south end of the street. After the performance is concluded, everyone here, whether as a dancer or an audience member, becomes a diner once they set foot in this alley. Only the most seasoned and nostalgic patrons know the true drama of heading straight to the tea stall after the performance. They savor the tea, indulge a few snacks, listen to tales, then head home, their hearts and stomachs equally sated. By the next morning, the street finally succumbs to tranquility, yet as the afternoon rolls in, the vibrant energy returns with people gathering once more. As 6 o'clock approaches, the crowd starts to disperse, some heading toward the night market, while others return home. It's a bit tiring, but also very fun. That's the spirit. Miss Gongsan, sword dancer instructor, is known for her strictness, but her sword dance is second to none in the city. Got it. I'll do my best to learn from her. Is this... what a rare sight, the night market. Nice to see you. I came with my little sister to kill some time. I've been hearing good news about your troop. Looks like your sister's lighting up the stage just like you. Guess there's something to be said for sea life over ship life, hey? Just so you know, that offer I made before still stands. I'll pay you twice as much if you feel like switching jobs. That's not really needed. I'm quite happy with how things are at the moment, but we do appreciate your generous offer, thank you. The rotund man managed to laugh, a pipe cradled in his hand. He gestures toward the interior of the stall, prompting a waiter to swiftly emerge, a bag of delicacies in hand. Here, I've got some appetizers from the Six Hearts and dim sum. Dim sum? Isn't it meant to be dim sim? From Paishilan. Take them back home. Don't have a kid going hungry at this stage, eh? You're planning on staying at the night market a bit longer, aren't you? These would also make a nice breakfast for tomorrow morning. We can't take them for free. Don't be shy now. Take these. They didn't set me back much. It's okay, but don't forget. Thank you. Isn't she a sweetheart? Alright, I won't keep you two any longer. I've got more prep to do. It's a bustling night in town. The man gives a wave, his sizable belly nudging the greenish-grey curtain in front of him. Indian disappears into the store right after. Look, oh, it's a sister. Well, maybe I should change the voice now. Gosh darn it. Giving people voices without knowing who they are. It's usually how it goes. Oh. Look, sis. It's a huge bag of food. This one wrapped in lotus leaves. It smells amazing. Let's save these for tomorrow morning. Why? The food won't taste as good if we eat it too late. Because we are staying for the night market tonight, and then we can enjoy all the food together tomorrow morning. Sugar painting. The hustle and bustle of this narrow alley extend all the way to the end, and are still amidst a spectacular nocturnal view of Kulong. The night is still young. Hello there. Would you like some sugar paintings? Well, maple and malt syrups are freshly made. We have animals, plants, and some story characters. Take a look and see which one you like. So many options. I can't decide. Pick whichever one you like. I take this. This is what's just been painted. It's 2 grams. Let me pack it up for you. 2 grams. Take out 2 grams of the book. Where did she go? The sugar painting she took away is indeed nowhere to be seen at the store anymore. Not far from here, she's walking between a man and a woman, her back turned this way. Does the sugar painting taste sweet? Daddy wants a bite too. It's your age, huh? You shouldn't be snatching food from a little kid. Miss, is this yours? Somewhat indifferent voice echoes from behind. The voice belongs to a handsome young man with another person standing beside him. They seem extraordinarily close. The thing on my neck. It's gone. Is this yours? The young man repeats his words, this time with a softer tone. Van. However, the hand and it reveals nothing but pure blackness. I believe this is what you dropped earlier. Keep it well this time. Mechnoid. Kulong isn't restraining your freedom, even providing shelter for you. And your way of showing gratitude is by scouring your things all around? The young man shakes his head, pointing towards the distance for a person standing next to him. Misha, let's go. There's more over there that you haven't seen. You shall. The figure next to the young man follows him away. Take this. You don't want to eat it anymore? Because it's really sweet, and this, that can have it. Ooh, sugar is melting, so sweet. A child accompanied by her parents? Go join them. Life must feel very happy living with your own parents like this. Yeah, go join them. Go join them. Would you like a cup of tea? Nestled against a grey tile wall, the stall beckons with its warmly lit lantern. The light, a blend of soft yellow and vibrant red, illumines a big word written on it. Tea. Grab something to eat. Have fun berries or snacks. How fun berries are those sweet summer fruits, right? I'll have some. So they are put together on a bamboo skewer like this, huh? Let's see. Yes! Home run. Wanna try some? Question. Never heard. Try some. Wanna try some? Gil picks up a tanghulu from the dessert stand next to the tea stand and eagerly takes a bite. Whoa! What a bizarre sour taste. Definitely one of the top 3 sour sweets I've ever had. Wait. This never happened before. We never buy tanghulu here. We get a bag of food, grab some night snacks, and buy a sugar painting with 2 grubs. But it's not to have something in sour once in a while. You never know unless you give it a try. Or does your friend prefer something sweet? Friend? Right. A friend, because you seem to have been waiting for someone. Nana me too. Once waited for her friends in a place so far away they couldn't even reach her. It felt very lonely. So when I saw you, I couldn't resist coming over to talk to you. Oops, I should have told you this earlier. Please don't be mad at Nanami. It's okay. Lonely? What's to say real? Where did the real feeling come from? Nanami, is that your name? Bingo! Nanami is Nanami. What's your name? My name? You're just a tool. And this simulated AI right now is just a test. You don't need a name. Don't need a name? But you can't live without a name. Can't live without a name? That's why your name belongs to you and no one else. My name? My name? Like Nanami? Nanami, did you find your friends? Well, since they couldn't come over, Nanami drove a huge robot and went to look for them. Went to look for them? No, this is not real. Warm sensation emanates from the tips of her fingers. The grey-haired girl holds my hand. What's this? Let's go there. Is there real? What is real? Find her. After finding Mum and Dad, let's go look for. Beyond the program, beyond command, I am heartless. My heart? Sis? She waits on the other side and amidst the crowd. The people next to that figure are long gone, leaving the figure alone. I'm sorry. Yo-yo? Then it will be your name, miss. Belongs to you and no one else. Oh, this is a new backdrop. What's with the hats? Every member of the Church of Machina has their own dedicated room. For example, Hakuma's room is relatively simple yet filled with all kinds of manga books. On the other hand, Juventus' room is cluttered with a plethora of art tools which are covered in dust due to the long absence of their owner. However, among all the members, Xavier has the biggest room. Under the vast 10-meter high ceiling, countless shelves stand in line, accompanied by an array of machines and laboratory equipment designed for every facet of production, processing, and maintenance. Of course, technically, this space would be considered a shared lab of the church. However, from the very beginning, Xavier has been the only one willing to spend every day here. Xavier's Magic Workshop. That was Naname's comment on this room, and in response, Xavier even ordered a sign to hang on the door. Good morning. Cervantes. Your painting board, the one you wanted to scan that. Added to. It's all set. It's over there. Grab it yourself. Thanks. Are you reading? Gun 3's 6 instruction set by the end of the Shuhai Get. All the completion instructions are seen as. Are you following this? It feels like I'm reading an alien language. Sorry. I don't know much about it either. For all the places you've been to. Shame on you. Traveling there doesn't mean I have to understand its language and technologies. Fine, I'll figure it out myself. A general introduction to the art of Kulong programming. Oh yeah, you're reading this. Could be useful one day. Wherever. You mean her? Yeah, she's been here since the church was established. To some degree, she's indeed a witness to the tumultuous ebb and flow the church has experienced. A magnoid storage pod is positioned at the loftiest point in Xavier's workshop. She wasn't always sitting in such an elevated, inaccessible location. However, after countless unsuccessful attempts, church was left with no choice but to let her continue her slumber. I've been picking up some suitable self-check signals since Sage met her. I'm thinking that she may wake up herself one day. Do you know that look on your face is like? Like what? Like a doctor, building a mix of frustration, curiosity, and excitement, who faces an unconscious patient afflicted with a rare disease. No one has ever described my facial expression that way. I'll keep note of it. But has she talked like this before? Talk? Is the storage pod at the highest place, right? Listen carefully. This is the first time we've detected such activity signal, and coding system is compatible with ours. Should be her voice. Ladder. Move the ladder over. Need to check the indexes. Power it up quickly. Wait, don't touch anything. I'll handle this. You go find someone to help her over her down. Okay. Voice recording ends. Instruction Shing 55 to Ren 07. Missing skip. Skip missing instructions. Loading visual module. Hi. Bonjour. Ni hao. Can you hear me? With his mechanical arm, Xavier gently pats the translucent glass pod, long blanketed with a thick layer of dust. With the big noid in the pod can only make a futile attempt to open her mouth, as if she has forgotten how to speak and cannot produce any sound. The language system hasn't been fully activated. Let me see. How about this? I'm linking your memory shell signal to our self-compiling system. This way we can communicate without needing a language or sound system. Give it another try. Yo-yo? Who are you? Where am I? Good. Awesome. Say shit awaken you. My name's Xavier, and we're at the Church of Machina. What's the Church of Machina? Is this another dream? Dream? Is the environmental perception not completed yet? I need to give some parameters another tweak. Yo-yo. Huh? My name's not Yo-yo. I'm Xavier. But I feel something is off with the cognitive module as well. Hey, Xavier. What are you doing up there? The already cluttered workshop becomes even more crowded with the sudden arrival of several mechanoids. Savant is forced to compact himself to make room for the bulky Death and Chariot. Compared to the bulk of Trailblazer and Spooner, Savant boasts a much more slender body. Meanwhile, inside the workshop, Xavier is up on the almost 8-meter high ladder, carefully inspecting the topmost level of the shelf. I could only find Spooner and Blaze, so I asked them to accompany me here. Arcana is on the way here and should arrive shortly. Zero and Emperor are currently not in the church. Xavier, it's getting too cramped in here. Can we talk in the hall? My hat. Blaze, could you tuck your rear wings in? Sorry, Cervantes. Cervantes retrieves his hat, which is knocked off by a Trailblazer, firmly presses it back into his head to prevent it from being dislodged again. I heard from Cervantes that a new member woke up. Oh, sorry, Xavier. Didn't mean to do that. Conscious of the limited space, Spin tries to reposition himself a more comfortable angle. However, the sound of the device shattering underfoot interrupts his maneuver. Forget about it. You two just arrived in just time. Come and give me a hand. Xavier slides down the ladder to the ground, pushing aside the piled up devices to make room for the storage pod. He then gestures towards the highest shelf level, indicating the two to head over there. Bring that down. All my maintenance tools are on the floor, but I can't get them up there. I need to do another check on her. Right here, but I'm not sure we'll have enough space if we can bring that down. It should be just enough, I think. Is she the member who Gear brought back a long time ago? That's right. Thanks to the revelation of Sage, she finally woke up. And of course, thanks to a new member? Trailblazer suddenly raises his voice and leaps into the air with excitement, landing next to the shelf. And as expected result, the gust of air from the engine once again sends Ventus' hat tumbling to the ground. Why did you get so worked up? Of course, I will get worked up. Just think about it. How long has it been since we last had a new member join us? It's a great thing worth celebrating. Hey, be careful. It's made of glass, Spooner. Hurry up and help me. Blaze isn't cut out for delicate work. Then, sorry about this. Despite Spooner's best efforts to tread carefully, the sound of showering devices still echoes through the room with each step he takes towards the shelf. Yet to Xavier, these appear to be trivial matters unworthy his attention, as he seems to be just as excited as Trailblazer. Spinner leans against the ladder, providing solid support from beneath the pod, while Trailblazer, floating in the air, carefully lifts the pod from above, lowering it step by step. As the dull thud of the glass pod touches the ground, continues to resonate in the room, Xavier eagerly whips out the small window with a towel. Human? Don't talk nonsense, Blaze. This outfit, Kulong? You've been to Kulong? No, I haven't. I've just read some stories about that place. Hey, can you see us? Xavier waves his hand toward her, and through the hazy glass, he sees her eyes and lips quiver, yet no sound comes from her. It seems the visual module is working fine. Vocal module is still loading. For a Kulong product like this, I might need to do some further tweaking on its interface pod according to Heart's capability. Xavier pulls a few cables from the countless piles scattered on the floor. Connecting them to the pod, he then walks away, heading towards the shelves at the back, muttering something under his breath. Hey, Xavier. I need to find something. Remember that Gear bought some replacement parts with her. Gear's a she? Was he referring to Honey? I don't know. Translations. It's like the whole Lithos thing. One translation said it was a he, one translation said it's a she. But it turns out Lithos is a he. About this lady. Why, I've never heard of her. Xavier would have mentioned to you about a comrade who's been able to wake up. Huh? Has he? You have to stop drinking engine oil or you lose all your memory data. I didn't learn about her from Xavier, but from Arcana and Sage. A few days ago, when Sage returned for resupply, both Arcana and Sage approached Xavier. They were discussing something about Sage checking on a comrade who had been asleep for a long time. I just happened to be passing by that day. She's one of the first comrades that Gia brought back, but despite all our attempts, we couldn't wake her up. Having said that, Savendus shifts his gaze towards the storage pod on the ground, and lets out a quiet sigh. Good work, everyone. Xavier, you did well. When Xavier emerges from the depths of the shelves, he carries a large wooden crate in his hands. At the same time, Makenya walks into the workshop and approaches Han Ying. Thanks to the sage guidance, you have finally awakened. Time has not managed to dust her soul. Akana gently places her hand on the pod, her gaze focused on the figure within. Seemingly obvious to the dust that dances in the air around her. The indices are improving, and the Volcor module has also completed loading. I'm going to open the pod, alright? Do we need to move away? Absolutely not. Do you think this is some sort of retro sci-fi effect where a mist comes from the... Xavier? All set. Xavier suddenly adopts an overly dramatic expression. Then with a thrill that exceeds everyone else's, he eagerly presses the button. As the glass hatch gradually opens, her suspend time begins to flow once more. She finds herself surrounded by mechanoids of various shapes and forms. A spectacle that would never been witnessed on the Nida. Welcome. The kind smile was warm as ever, reading a heartfelt welcome to the awakening comrade. May I know your name? Name? That will be your name, miss. It belongs to you and no one else. Han Ying. My name is Han Ying. Abundantly, the millet flourishes, sprouting gains anew. I tread softly, distancing my heart begins to sigh. Those who perceive me yet, yield a sorrowful decree. The ones oblivious, query what is what I seek. O heaven so far as high peak, who shall be responsible for this? My lady, Lady Shu, I'm here. The street lamp projects a silhouette onto the bench, and the owner of this shadow casts a longing gaze upon the river ahead. Falling water in turn ushers the depths of the night downstream, far beyond the city's confines. What's the time? It's just after 12 o'clock. Okay, tell me about it. Her gaze stays unbroken, as though she were talking with the river itself. The medic outside has reported that the condition of that Fushi member, the one you instructed him to attend to earlier, is unfortunately not very promising. He's concerned about things getting rushed and potentially incurring your disapproval, so he opts to relay the message ahead of time. By God, do you know what is this place? The completely unrelated question catches By Guy off guard. I've heard about it from the Tsunami scholars. This place is the birthplace of the city of Kulong. From here, Kulong was built, piece by piece, extending all the way to the ocean along the river. Unsure of Shu's intentions, Bangai still responds to her question, maintaining a respectful posture with his head bowed. The Tsunami scholars. Tisk. Only the heavens know how many times they've pursued the mountain pile of records and journals in the archive. For the erudite, delving in history is an obligatory path, while inscribing history is their qualified noble calling. They only know to grasp tightly at history, but refuse to lift their gaze even once, like fish living in the stagnant waters of historical records. Yet this ancient river had already carved its path through this land before Kulong was even named Kulong. Nothing can alter it, not Kulong, not even the punishing virus. Rising from the bench, Shu falls into quiet contemplation as she faces the river. It's only now that Bai Guy notices several aged antique books on the bench where Shu was sitting. Have you handled everything up there? You mean... I want to go there and take a look. Is there one still alive? Yes, that's for sure, but I see. I'll go and get things ready. Suppressing the doubt in his heart, Bai Guy complies with Shu's request. His figure soon vanishes into Kulong night, accompanied by a light blue wave of air. In light orange shade, judge your command. I must pursue my mission to the end. The lingering voice of the green figure dissipates in the river breeze. The pages of a book seemingly immune to the wind turn over to reveal a new chapter. Is she trying to destroy the world again? Create a second apocalypse? One step, two steps from losing balance to regain balance. The ruler of Kulong is not permitted to lose her composure, yet every sense, every receptor within her has echoing loudly transmitted a signal labeled real to her mind. Everything can't be more familiar, yet every time she returns here she feels as though she's losing control of her own body. Same goes for the city. Following that battle, members of the Kulong crew retreated back to the observatory within Kulong, severing all connections with the outside world. The remaining Kulong crew members who are still stationed in the city have yet to enter Tabula Akasha. Consists of few Fushi members responsible for maintenance and a handful of medics. Until their number is just a few dozen. For them, Kulong and Tabula Akasha mean everything in their life. Lady Shu, Hang Jing, who has been awaiting Shu at the encampment, makes a move to greet her upon her arrival, is quickly halted. There's no need. Hang Jing straightens his slightly hunched back, attempting to conceal the signs of his aging posture. Aging, an inevitable fate that every Kulong crew member stationed in the city must eventually face. Even though the Fushi crew have adapted mainstream construct technology from the outside world after the Battle of Kulong, their age and physical condition are no longer conducive to any construct reconstruction. When the appropriate time comes, you should prioritize backing up your data as soon as possible. I updated my data back last month, but it hasn't been uploaded to Tabula Akasha yet. I've been considering backing up everyone's data here and uploading them all together. Time's running out. Be quick. By the way, after Bai Guy delivered the message, Zhang Zhu requested a private meeting with you. That's fine. She pushes open the door, which hasn't fully closed to begin with, advised the Fushi member known as Kang Zhu, quietly lying in the bed. Sure. How are you? Still alive, but only have a few days left. It's likely due to multiple organ failure. They should have detailed a diagnosis. Knowing that my death is imminent is enough for me. Don't wish to delve into the specifics of how I will die. You still have the choice not to die. Tabula Akasha? His throat rattles as he forces out a dry chuckle. Death is death. I have no desire to resist it and become some cyber ghost. I have lived long enough. This is your choice, but still, my promise will always stand. Speaking of promises, if it wasn't for the promise you made, perhaps I wouldn't have lived long enough to even have this choice. Let the past be the past, Kangshu. Don't call me Kangshu. My name is always Richard. Still consider yourself a member of the Cradle to this day? Perhaps on the day when Villa destroyed the organization, the Cradle had already died. The real Cradle lives in my heart, has never ceased to exist. The pursuit of freedom, technology, and information, the creation of a new world have always remained constant in my mind. So for me, it is the real Cradle. But not everyone in that organization shares the same beliefs as you do. That's why the Cradle was corrupted by Ying and became involved in the assassination attempt against us. Yes, perhaps the code that invaded The Musashi at the time also contained a piece of mine that was left in the cradle. You were taken in by Philip before that. Richard, your dream died the moment you joined the Shang crew and later became a member of Fushi. Ha, you're right. If I were the person I was at the very beginning, I would have never allowed you to take me in. Nor would I have delivered the message about that revenge to the Niter. Even though I'm working for KCC nowadays, I'm still acting based on my own visions and beliefs. Phil indeed destroyed our organization. For this, he shall brace himself for the price of retribution. All I did was offer a gentle warning, but their eyes were blinded by hatred. Failure was inevitable. So what now? Want to execute me for treason? The old Fushi members taunted Stu with a mocking tone, as he was still the youthful man he was decades ago. That's the barn crew's job. I don't think they would agree to give a death sentence to someone who's on the verge of dying. Death sentence, actually not bad, don't you think? Better than dying this way, at least. Having said that, Richard retrieves a terminal from the cabinet beside him and hands it to Shu. What's this? Everything about the cradle is stored here, past and present, including that assassination targeting Philo and the Niter, as well as the whereabouts of those involved. Should I doubt its authenticity? You should doubt its exclusiveness. You should be glad that Balian didn't come with me. Like I said before, I don't fear death. Everything I once loved has vanished with the passage of time. There's nothing left for me to fear now. After these many years, I've only realized one thing. Time travels all possibilities towards the same endpoint. Although some prefer to attribute to this fate. Everyone has their own endpoint. It's all the same. Interesting, someone of the Kulong crew who isn't Chinese. That makes sense since how international the world used to be. Especially in the pursuit of new technology and advancements. She cannot remember how she got here, but only how she left. Tell me, what flavor of engine oil would you typically prefer in Kulong? Engine oil? No, we usually don't drink that. It's either some other drinks or tea. I see. Lift your left hand. Tea. What tea? A drink obtained by soaking plant leaves in water. Of course I know what tea is. What kind of flavor? You see, I don't have a taste module. Speaking of the devil, I should get one someday. It starts with a bitter flavor, then gradually giving way to a subtle, sweet undertone. Alright, I heard you guys have 4 ways to write a simulation state machine. Is that true? A simulation state machine is? It's a thing used to adjust the simulation level by judging external states. That said, Sliver even taps his head with a wrench he's holding, creating a resonating clank. Every high simulation design like you has one stored right here. Sorry, I don't know much about this field. Wait, this kind of component can be replaced by a cheaper one, right? I think it has an extension hub. How about giving Mr. Handy a shot? Sure, it's a bit aged, but it does the job just fine. Now, it might not rival the quality of original Kulong peas, but its versatility makes it a solid choice. Using his makeshift arm, Xavier hoists another multi-purpose mechanical arm, presenting it to Hung Ying. Even as he showcases his latest creation to Hung Ying, Xavier not let his ongoing work miss a beat. This is? This is the famous Mr. Handy. What do you think? Want to give it a try? Just as Xavier finishes his sentence, the mechanical arm suspended in the air abruptly extends, morphing into 5 distinct firearms. It's capable of unleashing rapid thermal ion shocks and deploying prostronic acceleration cannons. It's very cool indeed. I don't think it suits me. Not your style? No worries. Remember, if you ever have a change of heart, you're always welcome back. Okay. The mechanical arm in front of her promptly retracts, while Xavier remains engrossed in his final inspection of Hung Ying. In those initial days, her desperation to return to Gulong was so acute that she contemplated embarking on a journey even before the completion of the repairs to her damaged frame. Most strikingly, for a moment she grappled with the notion that she was in the company of Becnoids possessing a heart and a soul. She even questioned whether she was still ensnared in a dream. But when Arcana managed to soothe her frayed nerves and filled her in about the stage machiner and the grey-haired girl she met in her dreams, she found herself no alternative but to accept the reality. Xavier, too, concluded that considering the state of her frame at the time, there was a high probability that Hung Ying would not even make it halfway through her return journey before being irreversibly scrapped due to catastrophic malfunction. And the chosen machiner would never let such a fate befall any combat has taken under its wing. Damn it. Another instruction set full of Kulong characters. I don't have much Kulong Mechnoid dana. But this will not stop the obedient Savior. You may cast down upon any tale in the world, but casting down upon Savior is certainly not an option. Savior, in a characteristic quirk, scratches his non-existent chin, all the while wearing an unusually exciting expression on his features. Completed. Like this, I ended up using all the parts that came from Kulong with you. Now, you're running away better than your original frame. The faint figure mirrored in the glass represents everything she has now. Thank you, Xavier. I don't know how to express my gratitude to you. You and everyone else in the church helped me a lot during these days. Hey, no sweat. Helping a comrade out is part of the gig. I mean, come on, I'm Xavier. Xavier straightens his back, radiating an air of pride. Were these replacement parts along with me? Yep, the box is still over there. Following the line of Xavier's pointed finger sits an old wooden crate, clearly out of place in the workshop, not far from the maintenance bench. Oh, I almost forgot. It should be yours too, but gear brought it back separately. Sophie pulls out a palm-sized storage device and places it into Hung Ying's hand. Even though the colours of the emblem and the tassel pendant has faded, the relentless bite of time only serves to remind her of the memories and the pain from that period. Yo-yo. You were saying that name a lot, even before you completely awakened. It's a... Hello there, DJ. Nice to see you drop on by. Now, what is your opinion on this woman? She's the newest character that's been released. Well, she was mentioned before in an earlier story, but now she's got her own character you can play as. She's Chinese. So, you know, she's a Chinese robot. Yes, she has a very curvy body. And she's a dancer. Then again, futuristic. But it goes against about Kulong in this game. The Kulong is very traditional. Sure, they have futuristic tech, but their buildings and appearance is all very traditional. Even her other coatings are just different Chinese dresses. A person. Noticing a subtle change in Hanging's expression, Saviour stops asking. Saviour, Saviour. Suddenly, the workshop is flung up door floating. A gaggle of children burst in, shattering the quietude. Saviour, we want new toys. Toys, toys. It's hanging, hanging. Huh? The children swarm the workshop in instants, their chatter filling the room as they are furiously gathering around Saviour and hanging. My answer for all future stories. But do you think the future would be more futuristic? Or will it go backward? Never know about these things. Oh. Gavin Albert of the times. Well, when you're living in the post of apocalypse, you can wear anything you want, really. If the world has ended, you might as well go in style. What would you wear in a post-apocalyptic scenario, DJ? We're dead shits then. What, just... Planet of the Apes. What, just, bits of strips of clothes? With, like, leather loincloths. The Church of Machina never truly adopts human children. These children are in fact Hierophant's psychological experiments designed to emulate the psychology state of human children. Fit the times. The depressing future. Planet of the Apes. That's a weird movie. With Hierophant absent, these children have been left under Saviour's care, and Han Ying, who has been spending most of her time in the workshop for maintenance recently, has naturally become their playtime. Calm down. I'm here. Who wants a new toy? Me. A small graces Saviour's mouth as the small back doors surround him. Dance. I want to dance too. Han Ying, can I borrow your fan? Hey you. It's okay. Onion gently pats the head of a little girl sitting before her, treating the magnolia as if she were a real human child. She carefully folds her fan and hands it up to the little girl. Her movements are gentle and deliberate. Be careful with it, will you? I'll roll it like this. That's right. Don't scratch your hand. It's pretty. I want to dance like Hanyi when I grow up. Alright, when you're a bit older, I can teach you how to dance. It's our promise, then. Overcome with excitement, the little girl jumps up and embraces Hunying. She begins to fiddle with Hunying's fan. Her small hands explore in the folds within the hustle and bustle of the workshop. To stimulate the development of human minds, these magnoids are set to follow the most primitive impulses of the logic of their programming. In other words, their requests and perceptions are very basic and unambiguous. What's good is good, what's bad is bad. Hierophant wants to replicate the development of human minds through this kind of simulation experiment. Alright, alright. Ouch, my hat. Don't snatch it away. Can human hearts be simulated? That's what the guy said. I'm just leading a ham. Wait, does Hierophant think of me as his omnipotent babysitting mechanoid? Alright, stop. If you make any noise, I will have Miss Hakama here to teach you math. Xavier's threat appears to be extraordinarily effective. The children who were previously clamoring over him and scrambled for his hat suddenly seems to realize their misbehavior. They'll kindly hop to the ground, their movements indicating the newfound sense of regret. If it weren't for Hierophant, I would have never allowed you into my cherished workshop. Freya, give the van back to Hung Ying, will you? It's time for the class. The mechanoid named Freya, showing the same level of care as Hung Ying, meticulously folds the fan and hands it back. Thank you, Hung Ying. Be a good student, alright? I will. Hung Ying, teach me how to dance next time. Sure, it's a deal. The petite mechanoid radiates a joyful smile toward Hung Ying and then bounces in Xavier's direction. Now, who wants a little gift? Me, I want one. Huh? But it's just a bunch of cogs. This is the origin of everything. The source of creation. Ah, I really don't understand you kids. These are treasures. You get it? Treasures. Then I'll exchange these cogs for your hat. Hey, who told you to say that? How could you take advantage of logic holes like that, you little... As the previous tension dissipates, the small mechanoids energetically spring back into action, snatching once again for its hat. In this lively chaos, Hung Ying offers Xavier a nod of gratitude, then exits the bustling workshop. When the heavy door of the workshop swings shut once more, the world outside falls back into a tranquil silence, creating a stark contrast to the lively scene within. Xavier's workshop is located on the second floor, from the hallway leading to the workshop's entrance. One can gaze upon the commanding and somewhat ominous structure known as the Great Tower in the middle of the hall. Despite bearing the name of the tower, the structure is actually an intricate amalgamation of numerous towers, each varying in size and stature. The closer they are to the core of the edifice, the loftier these towers rise. A silent torrent of data courses through the intricate circuitry of the Great Tower. The only testament to this hidden river of information is the memorizing display of lights that dance across. Positioned behind the Great Tower, grand light windows and mechanized curtains walls emanate a dim light luminance. This muted glow bathes the Great Tower, creating slender, quivering shadows that ripple across the church hall. Everything flows into the Great Tower and eventually makes its way out. A somber yet soft voice compels Hung Ying to avert her gaze from the Great Tower. In doing so, she becomes aware of the mechanoid beside her, who is dressed like a gentleman. Cervantes. The mechanoid named Cervantes doffs his hat and offers Hung Ying a slight nod. In greeting, this unexpected display of politeness momentarily shocks her, but she quickly recovers and responds in kind to his courteous gesture. About that, what do you think? Cervantes, embodying the essence of a gentleman from a bygone era, gestures toward the Great Tower with his hat before placing it back on top of his head with grace. You mean that? Great Tower, that's its name. Functionally, it operates as the computing hub for the Church of Machina. Most symbolically, it stands as the representation of the church itself. When I look at it, I feel a sense of dignity washing over me, as if all the surrounding noise has hushed into silence. Solemn. Yes. Solemnity is one of the key elements I incorporated into his design. A place such as this requires trust, calm, and unity, ensuring conflict and dissent. These principles form the bedrock of the church. Additionally, the symbolism of what a tower can represent is quite expansive. Were you an architect, Cervantes? That's not entirely accurate. My teacher was an artist, and it was from him that I acquired this knowledge. I drew inspiration from numerous human-made structures, but regrettably, the majority have succumbed to the ravages of the punishing virus and the scourges of war. However, the marvels of Kulong have endured, existing to varying degrees. Have you been to Kulong? Yes, I toured Kulong with my teacher during the Golden Age, following the outbreak of the punishing virus. I also ventured to the Nida. You went to the Nida too? Did you see Child there? No. A construct. She stands at this height, her hair gathered into a side ponytail, wrapped in a small cape. The cape that should be white. Hanging lifts through her memory data for the final impression of Yo-Yo, the figure who embraced... I don't think her name's actually pronounced Yo-Yo, but... I don't know what Yai is pronounced in Chinese. The figure embraced her in the last time used the blazing lights. She wonders how Yo-Yo is doing now. I only stayed on the night for a brief period of time. You should know that that environment was not welcoming to outsiders. Furthermore, I must admit I did not encounter the construct you mentioned. I'm sorry. A apologetic bitter smile emerges on Savannah's face, and she can discern the disappointment reflected in Han Ying's eyes. You came from the night, right? If dim light radiates from Savannah's hand, revealing a scene from which Han is intimately familiar. The nighter. Savannah gives a gentle push with both hands, and the holographic projection of the sailing ship floating in his hand suddenly becomes much larger. Once tranquil hallways of the church has been transformed into a vibrant marketplace, alive and crackling with workshops, crackling of fireworks, rows of stalls, bustling shops, gleaming glazed tiles, and elegant arches, sights unique to the Niter. Steam rises from the food and the snack stall. Lanterns swaying under the eaves, distance of the sea breeze, while the flickering oil lamps in the antique stores adds a layer of nostalgia, casting a retro ambience. She reaches out, her hand moving to adjust the wick, in hopes of brightening the lamp's glow, but the wick suddenly flickers, not willing to change. You seem to be missing this ship and that construct a lot. Hanging responds with a subtle nod and withdraws her hand, which is lighted up by a dim lamp. You prefer the company of human beings to that of your comrades at church, right? I don't dislike staying with my own people, but before this, I've always been living with humans. I believe I grasp to a certain extent your sentiments. Unlike our fellow Comactoids, you and I have dealt more extensively amidst the company of humans. You're the only one who addresses me in the... You're the only one who addresses me in the way human way during the time after I woke up. The way you talk and behave is more like however human. It's likely attributed to the education to a greater less degree that we have absorbed within human society. A look of hesitation briefly crosses the Ventor's face, an expression seldom observed upon his usually composed countenance. It may be an offense to bring this up, but word from Gear reached my ears that you opted for deactivation, or to phrase it more precisely, you chose self-destruction. Yes. You may have probably heard from others about a comrade of ours known as Hereford. He currently roams the globe, endeavoring to aid those Mechnoids who exhibit tendencies towards self-destruction. If you harbor any concerns, a talk with him might prove beneficial. While he does not always stay in the church, he remains accessible for contact at your convenience here. Is this a pressing problem? After the awakening, a significant number of Mechnoids have chosen self-destruction due to logical errors in their neural circuit. This stands as the foremost and urgent obstacle we Mechnoids face on the path of awakening. Majority of Mechnoids who opt for death frequently are beyond rescue. They embrace termination from both a mental and physical standpoint. Why choose death? Why choose end life? Because I'm not wanting to hurt loved ones? Because I'm not wanting to become a pawn manipulated by other people? Because I'm not wanting to break the promise once secretly made? Nah, it's different. I didn't want to simply go for self-destruction. There are other reasons. Because I have someone I must protect, and I refuse to be under someone else's control and cause harm to her. Nor am I going to be used as a puppet or tool by others. Generally speaking, this act is often referred to as a sacrifice than self-destruction. You opted for sacrifice, not in self-interest, but for the sake of a human. Such a distinction is distinctly uncommon among Mechnoids. In other words, this is something only a human with a heart and a soul can truly comprehend. This event gives a quick wave and a simple motion, and Nighty's projection vanishes, already exposing this dark, somber corridor before hanging. My apologies for delving into such discomforting matters. It may be due to the lack of meaningful conversation I've had since returning to the church. No worries at all. I'm glad to have the chance to catch a glimpse of the night as it used to be, especially after being away from Kulong for so long. Speaking of which, it's been a day since you woke up. What's your take on this place so far? Everyone has been very welcoming to me. They've also helped me a lot. And this is the first time I've actually seen so many Mechnoids with a heart. Or as you might say, awakened Mechnoids. Before theirs was just rumors to me. When Sage left the church, he mentioned that you had already started to awaken, or in other words, you begun to grow a heart even before you went into your slumber. In the annals of the Church Machina, the act of self-sacrifice for humanity's benefit is an extraordinary event. Without explicit orders, such a decision implies one profound conclusion. So, this is heart, but I don't even know what heart is. Can I still have one? Not sure either, but Sage indeed said so. To give a hunging expedition a moment of silence, the gaze was drawn to the great tower standing not far away. The stream of dana quietly flows on, with both hunging spectators lost in their own thoughts. Such submergent memories too deep for words. I want you to be a storyteller, my teacher said to me. Ever since then, I've endeavored to craft my own story, just as he's asked. I even used teacher's legacy as a stage for the story, but to this day I still don't understand how my own story would unfold. I want you to be a storyteller. A story that starts with this sentence will not necessarily become a compelling story. We may have developed a heart through influence of humans, crafting our narratives with the guidance they provided. They are now in the pursuit of their own distinct worth. But then, what is very important, Hunging? The construct may hold a significant place in your heart, yet it's the subsequent chapters that carry even greater importance. You mean, after finding Yo-Yo? Then what? Staying by her side on the night? No. You should go look for her parents in the city. These things are all related to Yo-Yo. After that, then what should I do? Laughter from children abruptly spills out from Saviour's workshop, its mirth slightly muted as it filters through the door, softened further by the night's projection. This event is Hierophant's children are all adorable. He would be very happy to hear your comment. don't know what they want. Toys, pretty things, or learning dance. It's just wonderful, truly. Enveloped in the luminance of the great tower, the church once again assembles within the hall. Wow, it's been a while since the church was this lively and bustling. We should take a picture together now that Blaze is back as well. Savior? Alright, I'm just trying to lift up the spirits here. We are gathered here to welcome yet another family member. Wakened from your slumber by Sage, the Magnoid from Kulong, are you prepared to join our cause? Arcana extends a card made of coated paper toward Hanging, the card face not yet revealed. Light blend of rays from the great tower and the window cascades into the card, causing the shimmer of a mosaic of orange and yellow reflections. Upon accepting the card, you'll be recognized by the church and henceforth to be known as a comrade among its members. Savior bears the semblance of a wise magician. Trailblazers take up the mantle of a valiant chariot, and Serventus dedicates all his effort to the Tower of Unity. Like them, upon receiving this card, she too should be bestowed with a new name. Maybe this will mark the beginning of her, then what journey? The light reflected by the card casts a warm glow, a stark contrast to the cold, frigid blue that envelops the hall. Based on the discernment of the event logic gates and reasoning within her logic circuits, she finds no cause to decline Arcana's offer, but another voice whispers in her memory shell. Just the name comes with a meaningful responsibility. She has yet to complete her responsibilities as Han Ying. My apologies, but I am not ready yet. I understand you must be disappointed. After all, I have yet to repay you for all the kindness you have shown me. But I can't accept your invitation just yet, for I have unfinished business in Kulong. You're not the first to reject our invitation right away, and I suppose you have your reasons. But please keep in mind that Magnoids will never be the same as humans. As an organization, the Church has worked since its beginning to unite the Magnoids, free us from suffering and guide us all toward a future led by Sage. Even today, Magnoids from around the world continue to face threats from humans, the corrupted and the punishing, which I'm sure you're all well aware. You're right. I have been in slumber until now precisely due to mankind's mindless hatred. But all humans see Magnoids as tools and regard them with hate. Were it not for the connections I had with a few humans, I would not be who I am today, and I would have lost the courage to live. I have made my promise to her to travel the world until we find Sage Machina, and the heart that will make us more than just codes in the program. And you have found it, and you have met Sage too. But she is no longer with me. I cannot be sure if the heart really does exist. She places her hand upon her chest slightly to the lower left as she's trying to feel for the existence of a beating heart. Machine awakening, or a heart or a soul, how exactly am I supposed to prove their existence? Han Young cannot see Arcana's expression against the light. I see. Arcana takes back the card she handed over earlier and clasps her hands in front of her like she always does. The Church will never force anyone to stay or leave. It is your freedom to make that decision. If the guidance of Sage cannot satisfy your quest for answers, then you must seek them out for yourself. But no matter where you travel to, the Church will always regard you as one of us. That is how it was and how it's been. Kana nods as she walks up to Han Ying, and together they bathe in the dim light of the church. Please take care of yourself, Han Ying. You still know very little about Kulong. The road to Kulong is a very long one. Trailblazer, could you escort Han Ying? Me? For sure. Can Trailblazer still do long distance deliveries? Of course. We just need to attach transport container to it, and we need to be the remodeled container. It's very aerodynamic. It won't slow Blaze down one bit. What do you think, Han Ying? That would be immensely helpful. Hung is one of the most human-like Magnoras there is in that church, except Arcana still makes her feel very much at home. Same way a mother would care about her child. If salvation is to the edge of the well, then the lost souls will follow it to the end. From the church of the Machina, she sets out on her journey home. And what she finds. I can't believe Zakana agreed to it so quickly. That's Ankana for you. It's the best after all, and Hung Ying only said that she could stay at the church for now. I feel something special about Ankana. If I were to put that feeling in human terms, I guess I'd say I find her like a mother. That's because Ankana treats us like one. When Cervantes left the church, without saying a word, he had Ankana worry about him for quite a while. It's because I was in a rush. I did send a message back from Constella afterward. But Connor is right, we have very little information on Kulong. That's why we're sitting in Blaze of hanging, just in case, right? With me on the mission, there will be no just in case. Remember to bring us some souvenirs. Cervantes returned all defeated last time. He even lost all the hats I gave him. Like mechanical parts made by Kulong craftsmen, or technical documents and things like that. Topping off with a few Kulong-style hats would be splendid. Sure, I guess. I did bring you quite a selection of the newest top hats, no? Hats serve no purpose except to hinder your view during battles. They're nothing but meaningless human ornaments. And Xavier likes to collect hats, I presume? He has an unusual obsession with hats. I think we should stop bringing him hats as souvenirs because I can totally see him making everyone at church wear a hat somewhere down the road. Hey, I heard that. It's an interesting picture. Interesting, Connor is in the back. Trailblazer. No training or thin eyes, no need to hide yourself. None of the formalities when dealing with humans, there's no thinking twice before speaking. By building real connections with minnows that have a real hearts and souls, perhaps I will eventually be able to find my own heart. Must be nice to live on like this. We are gathered here to welcome yet another family member. Family, huh? Family is where you go back to. She cannot remember how she got here, only how she left. What do you think, Blaze? Is it too heavy? The hinge setup is a bit complicated, but safer this way. Everything looks good. There will be an extra 70% energy expenditure with the cargo weight, but it's still within acceptable range. Well, step aside. Just step inside like this. Save your pistol shows hanging him to aboard the old basket-shaped metal container. This wasn't made to ship humans, was it? Of course not. The church has never had to ship humans, so it was modified from a cargo container. Actually, it would be quite as comfortable, but don't worry, I've mounted an AC system in there. That will do. I consider myself lucky to have gone on a ride at all. And have both of you to thank for this savior and Mr. Trailblazer. That sounds a bit odd. Just call me Blaze. Of course, Mr. Blaze. Hey. Figure moves toward the group from the other end of the church. Helipad. Spooner. Thank goodness I made it. What's the matter? There's something I have to do in Kulong. Please allow me to go with you. Hey, Spooner. You're going to Kulong? One of my friends left for Kulong before I joined the church, and I want to bring him back. Did you talk to Arcana? He still needs your help with building the infrastructure, right? I've already brought her up to speed on the church affairs right after I learned Hunging was leaving. Akana told me to let Zero take over my work for now, and now that Ventus is back, Spinner now speaks in a pleading tone. That's true. Spinner handled most of the construction work at the church while Ventus was away. I'll take over for Spooner. It's not going to end well if we let Zero handle it. We should be good to go now then, but I guess we need to ask Hanging and Blaze if they're fine with it. I'm perfectly fine with that, Mr. Blaze. I've got sufficient fuel reserves, I think I should be okay. Thanks. Thanks for your help, Blaze. Ready, everyone, hang on tight. A loud rumble was through the helipad. A streak of white smoke snoots through the azure sky beyond the church. May you find the meaning you have been searching for in the consciousness world. Hanging. What about my request? You are free to do as you please as long as it follows the route. Sure. I shall just see Justice back at the church if anything goes south. And I can totally see Hierophant interested in these things. Remember, there are no secrets at the church, Machina. Urgent mist leaves streaks of moisture on Trailblazer's streamlined body. Flying off Trailblazer's rear wings, tiny droplets evaporate as they hit the heated air, turning them once again back into the endless mist. The only specks of light visible on his vast ocean, the bright amber light on Trailblazer's chest, and the flickering navigation lights in the transport container. We are arriving at our target coordinates. Can you see it? Did you see it? The dark coastline before them is just barely visible beyond the fog. I can see the coastline. Traveling by sea, it saves us 34% of fuel and has 41% faster, just like I thought. The church headquarters is just way too far from here from us to go by land. I didn't detect any other entities in this airspace. This is a man-made structure in 2 o'clock direction. That's where we will make our landing. Prepare yourselves. We don't know who's going to join us down below. With the heated airstreams gradually dissipating, behind Trailblazer's engine, they have landed on unfamiliar soil. If for Hanging, this is land of blue glazed tiles and grey bricks that exist in their dreams. This is it? This is Kulong? Are we inside the city? Why does it look so desolate? Based on past metropolis planning, this is just an auxiliary town. They're used for military purpose, not the actual Kulong. Much of Kulong was destroyed after that battle, so this part of the city must have been abandoned long ago too. According to the information I got from Akana, there was a large-scale war in Kulong against the Punishing a very long time ago. Wait, Akana gave you the information? It was a while ago, but yes. Mother believed that this information would come in handy sooner or later, so she sent it to me a few days before he left. According to the map Mother sent me, this area has been abandoned for a long time, after the infamous battle, just like Han Ying said. And here is the data I promised to give you, since my radar shows no signs of danger in the vicinity. Trailblazer hands over the storage device taken from his memory slot to Spoon and fires up his engines. I should head back. Sage needs me on her expedition team. Thank you for making the trip, Mr. Blaze. I'm just helping one of my own. By the way, Mr. Blaze, could you give my thanks to Sage? I personally thank her again if I ever get to see her again. Certainly. Consider it done. Thank you. You are undoubtedly a woman of class, just as the Ventus described. Farewell. Giving a shooting blast, Trailblazer disappears into the dense fog at the far end of the sky. I kinda knew from the start I wouldn't insist on coming back, so she gave Trailblazer a navigation map beforehand. How thoughtful of her. Never for a second does Arcana forget about our well-being. She may not make her plans known, but she never fails to make the best arrangements for all of us at the church. It would seem like Arcana has already accepted you into this big family. And I wonder what title Arcana will assign you. Like how she assigned Chariot to a Trailblazer? Yes. Sometimes we refer to each other at the church by our titles, because every title can eventually be replaced. Replaced? See, Blaze was not the first Chariot. And I'm not the first Death. Which means the Chariot and Death before the two of you are dead. Which happens on a regular basis. While tinkering with the rated sponsor, Spooner explains a matter of faculty. See, machines are not completely immune to death. My memory serves me right, your title was Death, right? Right. Death is such a dark and frightening term. You don't give off that aura at all. That's so. If you ask me, I think you're quite the opposite. You're gentle and amiable. Unlike you, the other humanoid machines, will never be associated with the word human. Spooner shakes his head and says no more. Temperance? Empress? I read about an empress, but she isn't at the church. I know nothing else about her, though, but I'm sure Arcana. Beep, beep, beep. The sudden warning alarm cuts Spooner off mid-sentence and sends him into high alert. Eco Company. Are they from Kulong? I can't tell for now. They're coming from 3 o'clock direction. There's a lot of them. Is there a fight going on? Not sure. The signals are strange. There are signs of humans in their vicinity. Let's go. Where to? Wherever they are. Should they know something about the current state of Kulong? Let's get ourselves properly warmed up before we get the show on the road. Let's go and save some lives. Technically, you should be already been dead already. Wow, I got smacked. Oh, he died before he did the full dance. You are different from them. Can you tell me what happened here? I know, the performer mechanoids were functioning, but the moment I turned around, they all turned mad and began to attack us. Wait, my friend's in danger. I need to go. Probably festival music. Hey, my friend's over there playing. What is it? Is the music too loud? Run, these mechanoids are dangerous. As soon as they say, what's going on? We'll bring it on. Let's go. Let's go. The singing condenses there. The aggressive mechanoids is sent sprawling into the debris behind in a cloud of smoke. With it, a shocking silence ensues. Realizing that they stand no chance, the mechanoids scatter in the bat of an eye, leaving not a shred of shadow behind. Those damn machines. That was very impressive what you did there, young lady. Thank you so much for your helping. Even though he's masked, the scavenger leader's gut-wrenching coughs are painful to hear. So, are you doing fine there? Hangi reaches out to support him, but the man waves her off. Still, she holds the man by arm and passes him a handkerchief. Oh, thank you. I slid that out. Don't worry about me. I've been like this for quite a few years now. Seemingly embarrassed to give the sullied handkerchief back to Hangi, the man nods a few times at her and shoves the now yellowed white handkerchief into his own pocket. Judging by your dress, I presume you're from Kulong. I see you're traveling with your strange mechnoid servant? Huh? No, sir. This mechnoid is my friend. Friend? Ah, I see. What brings a wealthy young lady like you to a random place like this? We happened to pass by here on our way back to Kulong. Back to Kulong? Well, I guess I know what brought you back here exactly. Beg your pardon? Never mind. Plans to rebuild Kulong Metropolis went underway after the night had docked. You can barely find a living soul in Kulong now. They'll send out news to encourage people wandering about out there who have left Kulong to come back. This is why this is why we are heading to a Kulong too. Rebuild the Kulong Metropolis, but the Metropolis leader by the name of Shu is long gone, no? Shu? Your friend Lady Shu disappeared on the night? Wait. Lady Shu from the night? Who's that? Else? The exalted Grand Captain of the Night, of course. Wait, what? Which means Lord Villa is dead. Lord Villa? The scavengers have no idea who Hung is talking about, but her tone draws their attention as they'll gather around. Wait, who are you exactly? My apologies. I was on the Lady Shu's command during the time on the Niter. That's why I haven't managed to correct myself, sorry. In an attempt to decide whether Hung can be trusted, the leader eventually examines Hung before noticing that somewhere on her body... That mark on the neck is a collar, isn't it? Yes. Specifically, it's a scar left on me when my collar was removed. That was the only way to break away from the grasp of the Niter. I see. So, you're also one of those under the Lady Shu's oppression. The scavenger leader gestures for his companions to ease up. We were forced to wear a coerced collar, thrown overboard when business went south, and we even had to live at the mercy of others. Sorry about the rat. We took in many survivors and banned by the Niter, so we can't help but feel a little tense. So I heard from the survivors that Shu had gone proof, just like that. Shu's most likely dead if you ask me. Do you know anything else about the Niter? That's all I know. We only just recently made it back from the world outside ourselves. Have you seen a little child called Yo-Yo? She's about 15 or 16 and always wears a cape. She's my sister. When I fled the Niter, wasn't able to take her with me. Your little sister? I haven't seen her around, actually. Has any of you? Scavengers behind him and the leaders shake their heads in unison. If you're looking for someone, best to go down to the marker by the dock and ask around. Niter is currently docked just south of the Metropolis. Not too far from here. The Kulong crew from the Niter has taken command of the ship as well as the city. Lee, it's past 5 in the morning. Do we need to get going? We're severely delayed, but I first need to give our thanks to this lady. This lady bows a hanging appreciation to whom Hanley quickly returns the gesture. Don't mention it. We'll be leaving. We have to make up for the lost time. Safe travels. Lyndon waves his hand. Before long, scavengers resting amongst the debris appear with their bags, climb onto metal trucks and of all shapes and gradually fade into morning mist. You sure know how to get along with humans. I guess you can say that social skills are one of the things I learned on the Niter. Sometimes humans only hear what they want to hear. Guess it didn't strike them that you aren't human. That was the basic principle my design was based on. I wouldn't have been able to live on the Niter as a human otherwise. Hanging smiles a weary smile. The creator who gave her a human facade and the basic principle she speaks of has been long gone. even in the last moment in the past, for that is no longer her goal or principle. Amidst the dense fog and heavy clouds, rays of dawn shall shine upon Kulong. Someone once said that the auxiliary towns of Kulong were not built to keep the outsiders out, but to keep the insiders in. That which lies ahead may not be what's stopping one from leaving and coming back home, what lies beyond. Let's go. But Kulong is massive. To the people of the world, assemble the goods of the land and sea. Nom. When the Niter was still traversing the seas, it's usually open for business at night. Today, the market between Kulong and the Niter is instead the most lively during the day, rather desolate at night. Bare-chested workers carrying all sorts of goods walk among bubbles, and that carrying steel and cement, a common sight in today's Kulong. A stand with a neon sign that reads Home Appliance Repair Service sits beside a rice noodle roll and congee stall. A large wooden stacked steamer at its storefront spews out steam with its irresistible savory smell, attracting passerby from all directions. Even in the age when automation is capable of producing any delicacy, these street-side Kulong chefs insist on hand-making their food. Morning, what would you like? The store speaks to a customer stopping by while he lifts a giant lid of the stacked steamer. A cloud of steam and dough frames dates the customer in a suit. Oh, this is unusual to get artwork. I guess this person must be important. 3 sha, sing buns, 1 soy milk, and got any rice noodle rolls left? Sure do. You over there, dish of rice noodle rolls. The owner seems utterly uninterested in the identity of his customer, takes a wooden fork and safely picks up 3 white buns and drops them onto a plate before passing it to the woman. Soy milk is over there, help yourself. There'll be 9 grubs. Hey, where are the rice noodle rolls? Coming. Be right there. A boy in an apron emerges from the back of the humble little store and operates the drawers at the back with equal dexterity. Customer digs into her pocket and counts out 9 grubbles before slipping them into the time-worn coin box. The corner pays no attention to the payment, focusing instead of making the next batch of buns perfect. With a plate of buns in her hand, the customer takes a sip of the soy milk before lowering her head to pass through the doorway curtains into the store supported by simple planks. On the wall hangs a paper banner with the words Unimaginable Delicious Breakfast. The words are powerfully written, but after seeing the large shoe stamped at the end, you can't help but wonder about the authenticity of the work. But who cares? There is no relevance when there is a bowl of delicious delicacy in front of you. A few tables sit scattered throughout the store, with people enjoying breakfast on their stools. The new customer pulls the stool over, without reserve, and sits down at the last empty table. Here's your rice noodles. The boy simply puts down the plate of food before disappearing back into the kitchen. Time is on the essence when making this special. Remove it from the heat a tad too late, you will go dry, but you end up with a snow white sheets that are less than perfect if you steam it for longer than a minute. After taking it out from the steamer, cut the sheet into strips before adding a special blend of soy sauce. Then you have a dish with a simple rice fragrance topped with a salty spice, which is one of the best delicacies of Kulong. Let's give it a try. It's exactly what I've been looking for. A compliment for food is a compliment to the chef, although the chef is too busy to listen to what she has to say. A man is also enjoying his food at the next table, however catches the heartfelt compliment. I know, right? Breakfast here is always one of the best. I agreed. It's been too long since I had a wonderful breakfast like this. Looks like you're not from around here. You ordered quite a lot, buns and rice noodles and all. Oh, well, I just got back after a long night's journey. The woman answers with a mouthful of food. I don't believe I have had the pleasure. Oh, I'm just a worker from the city. Name's Du Hang. You're on business. The man lets out a bright smile and points toward Kulong with his chopsticks. I've been away for many years, so much has changed since then. For sure. In the past, we'd even dare think about getting off the ship, let alone going home. Work might have become a little tougher, but life is much better now that I'm back with the brothers. Did you used to live on the Niter? Yep. Grew up on a ship and been working on many construction projects with the crew since I was a child. We've been busy rebuilding the city ever since the Niter docked. Oh, are we allowed into the city now? Yeah. Are you worried about the punishing right? Before the Niter docked, the Kulong crew managed to acquire a few CPF cores and had them installed. The Pulau crew has grown in number. Didn't you see them on your way here? You mean the Pulau crew just outside the market? Pulau crew is probably the largest group on the Kulong crew right now. Still not that big, but all of us depend on them for our safety. Another wave of steam ushers into the store. Under the store and a call for watch. Next batch of buns is ready. I didn't see that many of them though. I only saw a handful on my way here. You never know what might happen, eh? Anyway, secure life like this is more than good enough for me. The worker pulls out a piece of tissue from his pocket and wipes his mouth and puts on the helmet lying beside his arm. Gotta head back to work now. Enjoy the rest of your meal. Doorway curtains door open as the man going up passes by another breakfast customer coming in. What can I get? Oh, morning, Lord Shalvin. What can I do for you? Would you like something to eat? As the word Shalvin comes out of the store in his mouth, the rest of the store tenses up, save for the woman in the suit who just came in. Don't mind me. I'm just here for a quick chat with someone. Got it. Do make yourself comfortable then. When Shalvin finally draws the drapes, open enters the store, and other customers suddenly seem in a hurry. They quickly finish their food and rush out. Shalvin. He was one of the top leaders of the Niter. And he was essentially, Kulau's guardian in the Kulong crew. It's been a while since he's been in the story. The only one that's left is the lively store, with the crackling fire from the furnace, the sound of falling water and someone chewing. Look at you, munching on your food. What? Can't have a proper meal now, can I? You're the one who said to meet you in the morning, and yet you're just here taking your own time eating. Boy, this is good. Xiao Feng lets out a deep sigh as he pushes away an empty plate. Bread and coffee for breakfast just won't cut it. Nothing beats than we have in Kulong. Done. Can we go now? Go. Where to? Where else? You aren't going to make us talk about work here, are you? Is there a problem? Might as well, since you just said everyone escaping the moment you walked in. Seeing no alternative, Xiaofeng does a little stretch and lets the woman have it her way. Alright. So why are you back from Babylonia? Well, that's, this is very smooth editing right here. I should take a screenshot of that. It's hilarious. For Kulong, of course. Why, though? Did Babylonians say anything? This is so dumb. Nothing noteworthy. Nothing except they want to have their cake and eat too. Di Hong gently caresses the edge of the plate in front of her, all the while keeping her gaze fixated on Xiaofen. Kulong is not their back garden. To some people, the value of Kulong's fastlands doesn't just lie in its city. But then again, not everyone is on the boat. There are people who are willing to help us. On what condition? That I do not know yet, but the higher-ups have made their intentions clear. Many from Babylonia's Congress care for nothing more than the tea parties after their routine meetings on Friday afternoons. But for me, for us, the goal of politics is ensure the survival of humans and Kulong's future. For you, even though Xiao Ven's mask, Du Han could sense sarcasm in the tone of the question. Not you. That's unfortunate. So you weren't the moral vacuum you are now back then when we worked so hard for a deal filly on the nighter? I'm no Congress person though. Now I have but one goal. To ensure the survival of the last of Kulong. We cannot count on any promise made by outsiders. We only have ourselves to trust. I assume I'm included in the we you speak of? Sure, if you want to say it that way. Looks I have to prove myself. Dang Yin takes down the document from his suitcase and hands over to Xiao Ven. What's this? Take a look. Another surge of heated vapor rushes in. Around the lively interaction of customers and staff, tense oppressive silence takes over the space. When Xiao Fen finishes scanning of the files, he breaks the silence in even a more depressing tone. Is this for real? Sure. Have I ever lied to you? Where did you get this? I've got my own intelligence network, like how you have yours. But the information on this document originated in Kulong. Then I guess there must have been an all-knowing operative in Kulong, no? Do you even believe what you just said? What? There isn't a soul inside the city now except those in the observatory, and they do nothing but watch over the graves. You've met them? I have no business with them. They rejected us right off the bat, so I refuse to try and suck up to them again. As for the real Lady Shu, Xiao Ven hesitates for a second before continuing in a decisive tone. Disappeared a long time ago, right? After what happened to Metropole, no one has ever seen Lady Shu. Oh? Before Daniel continues, the curtains are drawn once more. A Kulong crew barges into the stall. Xiao Fen closes the file in his hand without a word. Lord Xiao Fen! Slow down. What's going on? The crew member casts a suspicious glance at Du hanging across the table and swallows his words. Don't mind her. Some of our guards on guard at the dock told us they caught someone trying to board the ship right by the third gangway. That happens every day. What's all the fuss? Question them thoroughly and let them walk free if there's nothing suspicious, and toss them out if there is. That's what we usually do, but this one's a bit tricky. She said her name was Hung Ying, and she's got no identification. We questioned her, and she said she wants to see someone by the name of Yo-Yo. Hung Ying? Jeez, where have I heard that name? Who's that? Someone you know? Not exactly, like someone else's familiar, but I thought she was dead. It's not uncommon for someone to come back from the dead in Kulong folklore. So you believe in God? Actually, I don't. Anyhow, I go deal with it. And you, take this person down to the Knight's Orlop. She doesn't have identification either, so go and get her registered first. Once you're down at the Orlop, just follow her orders. Understood. Suffocating moisture once again fills the empty little eatery. That should make me more... I think that should make me one of us now, no? Alright, things are getting interesting. In the makeshift store Kulong crew, base Hung Ying is starting to end of a pole and has rusted with a lack of maintenance, while reminiscing all that has happened over the past 20 years. She and the ship have forgotten each other amidst the world of turmoil. 20 years. So that means from this point, because the night happened 20 years ago, when the punishing virus. I need to make a giant timeline of punishing for Raven. At least I know it's all happened in the 26th century. People gather around like a group of resilient ants on the ruins of Kulong, rebuilding a life for themselves. all the while unaware of what the future might hold. The heavy metal door opens and closes as Shao Fen enters the room, cutting off Han Ying's train of thought. Hello. Hi. The awkward exchange of greetings entails nothing but awkward silence. So you're Han Ying. Correct. I used to be a dancer on the Niter, but I attempted to assassinate the leader but failed and died. Han Ying nods in silence. In that upheaval 20 years ago, Han Ying's attempt on life of pillow or lady's shoe was not of her own volition. At least in that moment, the truth was a secret only between her and Yo-Yo. I understand that it's too late now, but I still want to express that at the time, I did not have a choice. I know. We got to the bottom of that, and Yazi has told us everything. He died a few years ago, but judging from your reaction, none of this is news to you. I came across a scavenger outside the market who informed me of the current state of Naito and Kulong. Everything is as you see it. Shao Fen nods. So from now on, we know the mechnoid by the name of Han Ying removed her collar without permission and died 20 years ago. No mechnoid could have survived undergoing such powerful shock from a pulse. Indeed, I have had the same thought myself. I have to have been adrift in dream ever since that day, until I was recently awakened by my companions. Companions? That is beside the point. The point is that I'm the same young Ying. Shao Fen knows that Han Ying is withholding some information besides the press for it. Anyhow, I'm not at all interested in how you revived. Nothing seems impossible in this age and time after all. All I need to know is, why have you returned to the Niter? I need to make sure you will not pose any danger to Kulong or the Niter. Why, Yo-Yo. Fang answers without the slightest hesitation. I came back to fulfill my promise to Yo-Yo. You mean Pulau? Yo-Yo has become Pulau? After the assassination attempt, she was accepted into the Dragon Children. Pulau secretly lets you off the ship after the incident. Well played indeed, but I never fell for that. I see. So where is she now? Pulau is not on the Niter. 4 days ago, Pulau led a team into the mountains northwest of the metropole and is yet to return. Wait, what? They went to investigate the recent disappearance of some Kulong residents who have vanished themselves. Shouldn't you send people over to find out what's going on? Startled by her question, Shao Fen pauses and muffled the noises down by the port suddenly grow audible. You don't think I did? Except everyone I sent after them disappeared without a trace too. Would have loved to do more, but I can't put people's lives on the line when our life here on land grows in size by the day. Anyone can express the expression Shao Fen is wearing behind his mask. In the past, being in the seas kept one safe from punishing. People living on the land now make do with the remaining equipment and supplies. And its DPS has gone through overseas trade. But regardless of how many of them are on the ship, it's just a drop in the ocean for Kulong. In this lonesome city, every Kulong song is worth saving. Apologies, but knowing Yo-Yo, I guess she would do the same if she were in your place. Your understanding is greatly appreciated. To be honest though, you're part of the why she left for the mountains. What do you mean? Before she left with her team, she made a trip to the prison to see the mastermind behind the assassination. Hacker by the name of Cradle. Oh, I will be temporarily right back. So I'm just gonna let you stare at Han Ying. morning. Must be getting tired. I am back, and I'm gonna do one more story for tonight. So far, I've been enjoying the... Hang on, I need to do a comparison. I have been enjoying a lot more than Rinchi Shackles. Rinchi Shackles was crap. I don't like that. I don't mind that, but you get blocked with the reunion with Ayla and Selena, which is the only disappointing part, but it does opens up to new possibilities. The story Spire of Coronas was weird. Yeah, no man crossed the sea. Last Bow was bad. New Vine was actually good. I've so far BGR's stories have been a mixed bag. Between good and bad. Oop, this is not supposed to. Okay, that's kind of spicy. Spicy live 2D. What am I doing? I'm being retarded. Oh. Alright. Mark of Time. Time has yet to leave its heart-wrenching mark on you. But why? Is he still alive? The leader at the time, Villa, wanted him alive. After the incident, all other Cradle members that had infiltrated the ship were caught, save for a few associates who committed suicide. Villa asked us to imprison them, but never to execute them. It's been almost 20 years now, only their leader, the hacker, is still alive. Why did Villa spare them? Can't be sure, but after their arrests, they openly confessed to Pulau's and your involvement. We wouldn't have believed your identity so easily had it not been so forthcoming about the truth. A few knocks out on the door has been left ajar. A visitor swiftly whispers into Shalvin's ear, before disappearing once again into the shadows. The Cradle says that he would like to see Pulau again. It would seem like he does not know that Pulau isn't on the ship, but I can't guess his intention at this point myself. For revenge, perhaps? Machine is always going to be a machine. They exist only to fulfill humans' desires. This time, we must take back what we lost from Villa and more. Think and remember why you exist. May I see him? Huh? If he only left the ship because of something he said, then we should be able to get some clues out of him. As if pondering the idea proposed for hanging, Shalvin grows hesitant, something that rarely happens to him. If you so insist. Thank you. But I'll make no guarantee that you'll be able to get anything out of him, since you were the one who thwarted his plan 20 years ago. The guy is well aware that he doesn't have much time left. Shalvin gestures for hanging to follow him, and together they leave the secret room for Cool Crew. He must be like 40 years old or something. Just outside the room is a dim but spotless hallway. Giant words written with red paint can seem outseen in the faint xenon light. Many parts of the paint have fallen off. After passing from the well-lit deck, Hanging follows Shalvin down into the gloomy prison ward. She spent years living on this ship, but never once has she been this deep down, except for the flickering light signage in the corners. The only source of light around is the faint light coming from the lantern in Shalvin's hands. From the light on the lantern, traverse the rows of prison cell bars, casting lines of shadows and back wall of empty cells. This is the prison on the Niter? Correct. Many prisoners have been released since we docked. Criminals with worst offences have all been thrown overboard, so the ones left here are nothing more than petty thieves. It doesn't hurt to give them a second chance of teaching them a lesson. What if they revert back to their old ways after being released? Well, you don't keep loafers around, not on the ship, nor in the city, because it takes resources to keep them locked up. Better to give them a chance at a fresh start. Desperate times call for desperate measures. If they still have trouble keeping their hands clean, it won't be us dealing with them. The Remnants will personally keep them out of the city. Anyhow, no crime in this world is unredeemable. We're here. Before them stands a metal door, different from the rest of the cells. Chalfen sways the lantern in his hand, carefully opens the lock on the cell door. I will be on watch in the control room next door. There are no electronics within reach, since we've got a hack right here. If you need anything, just yell. But she's electronic. The heavy door grinds open slowly. Han Ying walks in without any hesitation. I said I wanted to see the kid, didn't I? Now get this little... A faint ray of sunlight slips through the porthole into the pitch-black cell, gives the convict a chance to make out the face of his visitor. Well, he's looking pretty old now. Oh. It's you. I see you remember me? Of course. I see you haven't changed one bit over the years. Time has taken his strength, and he looks unchanged his voice, but the cunning tone of his words remain unchanged. 24 long years have passed, and I'm left with nothing but a body of an old bones, and you on the other hand have an aged day. I see you got a makeover, huh? Totally thought they would have thrown you off the ship, fancy seeing you still here in one piece. I'm not here to chit-chat about the old days. You should know why I'm here. Ah, this gonna mean that kid has left the ship, huh? Heard that you told Phila that everyone on the ship what happened that day. So if you tell me exactly what's happening now, there's still room for you to salvage. Cradle burst out laughing, which quickly turned into a violent coughing fit. This is a while for the coughs to die now. Oh boy, this is just great. Did you sizzle your own memory shell when you removed your collar? Salvage? There's nothing I should be salvaging or seeking forgiveness for. The only regret I have now is that I wasn't there to witness Phila's death. Or you could say that I deeply regret that I was not able to end his life with my own hands. It's obvious that the cradle was intentionally provoking and activating Yang Ying. That is truly unfortunate. What was that? I guess you can only carry that regret with you to the grave. Must be an insufferable, painful reality to live with. The mere meters between Hung Ying and the cradle is the boundary between two vastly different worlds. Hung Ying still cannot discern the expression on his face, which is concealed in the shadows, but he can see every detail of Hung Ying's face, having lifted up by the sunlight beaming through the porthole. It was not an expression he expected to see. Interesting. Let's talk, shall we? If I feel like I might even spill the rest of the story in the guild's whereabouts to you. I'm not about to strike a deal with someone like you, neither will the knight. You don't have to, of course, but you will. We've got plenty of time. Hung Ying clenches her hand slightly, on which the cradle fails to notice. I heard that you led an assassination attempt on the leader of Kulong before playing another one on the Niter. That's what we got paid to do. After the incident at Kulong, Phila destroyed our organization for this. He shall brace himself for the price of retribution. What goes around comes around. Everything I have done on the grounds of justice. This is why I don't feel sorry. Villa murdered my friends, destroyed my home, took everything from me. So fat chance I'm gonna make peace with the guy. You're right. But the destruction of your organization was only a fair price to pay for what you had done. That was Villa's revenge against you. Let me guess. You're not going to start lecturing about how eye for an eye leaves the whole world blind now, are you? We both know that getting rid of your enemies, once and for all, is the only proper way to carry out revenge. Hung Ying's reply sends Cradle into a bit of silence. Well, very intriguing. Never thought to hear words like those from that mouth of yours. I would have died a long time ago had Phila ever had you resolve, and you wouldn't have lived to see another day had we carried out our revenge. In a world such as ours, magnificence belongs only to those who respect it. I take it That you're ready for your revenge then? You've hurt not just me, but also the people I hold dear, and for that, I will not forgive you. Oh, you mean that bastard who cut the little girl 20 years ago? He was executed the day he was brought in here. Serves him right. So you're gonna kill me now? Go ahead, you don't get a chance like this every day. A fitting act for a tool to build to kill. Kratos shakes his head. For an instant, I can see his face clearly. The disheveled, pale hair and wrinkly skin did do nothing to avert one's attention away from the crazed grin at the corner of his mouth and the bone-chilling gleam in his eyes. And you think I came to do what you did, huh? What do you mean? Well, I'm not gonna lay a finger on you. Kratos freezes in his grin. Huh? I'm not a machine that lives for revenge. You are. Get this. You're dying a gruesome death with a heart full of regrets. And that's my revenge against you. Wonderful. Wonderful indeed. Cradle lets out a sneer. The noise of a heavy metal chains, he recedes back into the darkness. Never mind. I'm tired. Mount Huai, 50 kilometers southwest of Metropole. That's where she's heading. Mount Huai? How do you even pronounce W in Mandarin? Who? I have no idea. Ask a Kulon crew for a map, you'll find it. What business does she have there, though? That mountain is our last base. The girl came to me with the coordinates of the mountain, so I told her. That's all. Apparently people have disappeared in the vicinity, and that's why she went to look into what happened. Do you know what's going on there? It's your base after all. How on earth would I know? I've been in this lightless, soulless cell for 20-odd years without ever getting my hands on an electronic device. But I guess this is just revenge for being done, right? No. You, the city, the ship, all still here, right? I told you, neither I, nor Nita, nor Kulong will give in to your demands. So, you still going to insist on your revenge? In this time of survival of the fittest, everything warrants revenge. But I'm not an expert when it comes to what kids think nowadays. Keep in mind, I had no obligation to tell you any of this. This is just as much as I know anyway. Krillin said a few violent coughs before turning his head to gaze into the tiny porthole in the wall and falling into dead silence. Naturally, will not get anything else out of him. Hugging gets up to leave. Time has yet to leave its heart-wrenching mark on you. So, I don't see a reason to doubt them. You're going to trust her? Do you have a reason not to? No. Then here we go. Let's go. We've got things to do. Don't worry, I won't go too far. Everything so far is still going according to plan. Plan, huh? It's nothing more than a high-stakes gamble. Well, I will continue the story next week. So far, it's actually been more interesting. I have not done the Arcana Mania. I'll worry about that some other time. So far, I find the floating records more enjoyable to read. Even though they're essentially side pieces of the main plot. Why have I not done that? Why have I done this? That's 100%. That's 100%. Strange. I remember when they used to do interludes. So Pool Owl was the last interlude. I noticed with the interludes, they pretty much stopped them and just focus on character-driven stories, which is what the floating record is. I guess they wanted to flesh it out, like with Bamanita, Noan, and Hakama. And now with Hanying. I don't mind them focusing on actual character stories and fleshes them out a bit more. The only character that hasn't really been fleshed out is Kamui. Where is the boy? He's probably the most brick boy. Then again, the original plotline, I guess, is story. With what stuff with Kamu. They are both the same person. Interesting, there's only two characters in this game that's the same person. Kamui and Kamu. And Alpha and Lucia. But those circumstances are different. Alpha was the original, while Lucia was a, all her mind data. A copy. Well, Kamui and Kamu. Kamu was the original person, but he didn't want to be that person anymore. So essentially, Kamui was created because Kamu hated the world and he didn't want to be hateful anymore. So Kamui was made, and he essentially loves the world. That's the only difference between the two. Both have the same likes, dislikes. The only difference is their outlook. I just saw Pulau's segs. Jeez, chat's going on. It's like cursed in here. Channel 1 is about to know. Man, Channel 1's gone wild. And now I'll go on time. What the hell is going on in the chat? What the hell is this? Nami is one of the best conflicts to sex because he hurt while you found her. What the hell? What the hell? You all need Alpha. Nah, you all need Liv. Spicy chat down. Oh. This is being horny. This is so cursed. I actually might flip this as just like Channel 1 is horny for Nami. Jeez, I'm sure her new outfit it looks pretty cool, but yikes. Oh, just unhinged. Well, at least my guild is all about um just memeing. I am proud of them. Anyway, I'll be ending the stream there. On that note, take care and good luck. And remember, if you segs the robot, you will lose your peace. See you again in the future. And can I even raid? No, I can't. Anyway, don't lose your peace, fellas.